right. Good morning, Vietnam. That's a video intro I'm trying. Hi, everyone. Hello, my name is Cody. I'm the CEO of ABN Productions, which also makes me the creative director of the entertainment industry and Cody's Vibe, which is the show you're watching right now. This is an installation of a show I'm going to call Crash Out Saturday, where I crash out about something. So without further ado, here's the title song. The show Cody's Vibe is a show. Cody Vibe is a show that you're watching right now. Okay, thank you, everybody. This will be a 10-minute episode where I will crash out about Sloptube and offer my sincere apology to the internet for not really being present for the past couple of years. So we're going to talk about the Sloptube thing first, because I think it's unfortunate and it's making me mad, and that's why I'm going to crash out about it. So what you're going to watch is a live crash out. Now, I have a 10-minute timer, so I only have 10 minutes to crash out here. What the fuck? Yeah, that's right. Stupid. Crash out, Wow. Sorry, got tongue-tied for a little bit. I'm not a great CEO or presenter or host. We're working on it. This is a work in progress. Okay, this whole thing. But I'm crashing out about Sloptube. I forgot for a second and was recapturing. Sloptube is annoying. I said the word kill, I think, in a video about medieval history. And so I think the algorithms punished that video. Cha. It also may not be a very interesting video. We're still working on it. It was not very well done. The graphics aren't really there. The script wasn't really there. I still have a lot more research to do on this thing, so I was always kind of like, being like a little bit, tipsy-toe around everything that I didn't really know how to talk about. It was very repetitious. I repeated a lot of things. So there are a number of reasons why this video wouldn't have performed well. But in talking about it not performing well with my girlfriend, she asked me if I said the word kill in the video, and I said, I probably did, because it's a video about medieval history, and a lot of people died. So I thought, yeah, probably, I might have said kill, I don't really know. And she says, well, that could get the video demonetized, and it means that the algorithm might not favor it. And I thought, wow, that's fucking dumb, right? That's really fucking dumb, because people kill each other in the Middle Ages, right? Even now, they still do it. And what we are expected to listen to people talk about these things happen and, constantly treat us with kid gloves about it, Have you ever heard someone go like unalived? Someone's been graped? Ooh, that's gross. Just say it, man. I don't get that. Because it's one thing if this kind of control of language actually fucking like puts to bed, some of the more extremely violent aspects of our society, right? If you could tell me that me saying unalived on YouTube in a video where I talk about people killing each other would like make society better, right? Would like reduce instances of violence, this, that, or the other thing. If you had anything to prove that, I would honestly love to say unalived. I would love to go along with, just like saying someone got graped on the internet or some shit like that. But, I think we've all been watching, and it's all been very clear that this kind of policing or like censorship or like discrimination about like this kind of language in particular, it hasn't stopped people like Nick Fuentes from rising to prominence, right? Because that was the other thing that I was dealing with right at that time. I posted the video, and then immediately like this whole drama kicks up about Nick Fuentes, Andrew Tate, Byron Games, Clavicular. I don't know this person. and Sneeko going to a nightclub and playing fucking Kanye West's, Nazi song. And it's like, do you know how much traction that got? Do you know how many people covered it? Do you know how many people, like, made money off of that, right? And that's the thing is like, why? Why in this world is, like, a video that somebody earnestly makes trying to inform you about conflicts in the Middle Ages, like, at a threat of getting, tossed aside when people who just openly participate in cruelty and fucking violence get a free pass and more attention than ever, right? What is Nick Fuentes doing with a platform if these are the rules? How does this make any sense? Yeah, and that's the thing. It doesn't. That's what makes me mad. That's why I'm having a crash out right now. Crash out. Ah! Yeah, how do you like that? No, it's so aggravating. And you know what? That's why I'm going to keep, as far as I'm concerned, I'm going to keep using this extreme language. Fuck, shit, goddamn, ooh, don't take that name in vain. Ow, gotcha. See, isn't that triggering? But that's, great. So I said all that. Oh no, all the people who watch this are now like, what, are you scarred? Are you shamed? I mean, maybe you're ashamed to be watching this, but that's just because, look, This, I think I've successfully crashed out about this whole Sloptube thing, or at least the way that Sloptube is censored, right? Hateful things are like what the algorithm here is intended to breed. We've all seen enough studies to know, at least, like, and I'm not linking anything. I'm not a reliable source here, but we've all seen enough studies and we know enough of all this, like, social media stuff. They are playing off of rage, right? They're playing off of your emotions. These companies get more engagement if you're, like, pissed off or if you're depressed and all this other stuff, which is why I think it's, like, really fucking sick and twisted and actually kind of sinister in an odd way that there's this, like, such a coupling of that with this, like, baby treatment. You can't say kill, you gotta say unalive. Somebody got graped. I think that's, like, my most uncomfortable one. The act that we're talking about, I don't even want to really say the word of the act that we're talking about because I just don't like saying it in front of a camera while I'm talking to people in public as the CEO. You don't want to hear a CEO of a company saying that, and I'm a CEO. Clearly, look at my getup. But yeah, I just think that it's like a really fucking perverse moral situation that we're finding ourselves in, where platforms are almost, like, incentivized to constantly, like, dangle anger in your face with this, like, really fucking, absolutely nefarious, like, character in the form of, like, a Nick Fuentes, while simultaneously they can use that platform to make people have to talk around certain things that people are doing, right? Because that's the thing, like, if I'm talking about, like, an ICE agent killing somebody, for instance, unalive just doesn't hit that note, right? And we should all be upset. We should all, I got 30 seconds left. So we should all be upset by this. And this being said, ooh, my kitty almost jumped up here. This being said by someone who's also keeping his anger, his crash out, confined to 10 minutes. I'm a hypocrite. I'm no better. But I am gonna keep saying bad words. A little bit. Not fucking edgewise. I'm not trying to be edgy here. I'm just fucking trying to, like, one, I'm trying to be real, and two, I'm not trying to let some, like, corporate policy dictate everything I can say or not. And All right. That's the credit. That's the credits. Whoa, that's the credits. Credit music. All right. That's been a Crash Out Saturday. I'll see you back on Medieval Monday. Hey, woo!